learning how to draw anatomy. Every skill needs to be learned over time. To me, the heads are always either too big, too broad. I'm getting there. I think I'm getting there. I see a development here. There is definitely a lot to learn still. Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. For those who don't know me, I'm Patrick, and I love bullet journaling, art and calligraphy. And in this video, we're about to start the first of 3 projects for the month of April, which is about learning how to draw anatomy. Now, in this first part today is all about input. So I want to gather some information, I want to, watch a couple of videos, and I want to take some notes and collect information to better understand how to draw people, how to draw anatomy. The thing is, what I already know is that, learning something like anatomy, or basically learning how to draw people, doesn't come from watching 1 or 2 YouTube videos. So I think almost every skill needs to be learned over time. I'm not going to be able to draw people perfectly after like today or even at the end of this video, but I hope that I just can get better at it, and I hope that especially one thing is going to be gone. It's basically the fear of drawing people, because I kind of never really drew people, or if even I drew them in a very simplistic way, without too many details and without forcing myself to keep specific proportions or whatever, right? But I hope that actually I'm getting rid of. So let's see. I can't really learn it as quickly, but I want to take a couple of days, maybe a week, to practice what I will have learned now, and maybe even find other videos and other resources and gather more information and try and learn along the way to see even if there is a bit of a development and stuff. I would say we jump right in. I have a couple of videos that I've saved for myself to watch now. I will take some notes, and meanwhile on my tablet. One thing that I want to mention right here at the beginning is that the prompt basically says I want to learn how to draw anatomy, and after the bit of research I recognized that drawing anatomy literally means to be able to draw anatomically correct people, which means to be able to draw the muscles and everything correctly. And the thing is, that would be really nice and that would be really interesting and stuff, but I don't want to go too much into detail here. So as I already said, I haven't really drawn people at all until now, which means I'm really at the beginning. So starting with anatomy and starting with the drawing of muscles and everything is probably way too much. So the goal of this video in general and of the prompt has been to learn how to draw people in general. So to be a bit more comfortable with drawing faces, with drawing bodies, and to grasp the basics, and not just, I heard that you can, for example, use specific boxes and what the proportions might be and stuff, but I want to really make it a bit more concise and say, these are the basics, this is what to learn, and this is what you need to consider when drawing people in general. Maybe here and then I do then learn how to draw specific muscles, or how to draw an arm and where a muscle is basically, but I don't really think that at this point where I am, I have to know exactly, for example, which muscles are in the arm and where do they start, and stuff like that, and how to draw that. That would be a bit an overkill for this video. I'm gonna watch those videos now, and after that I will talk to you again and see if I have a plan about what to do in the next couple of days to learn how to draw people. better now. I have watched all of the videos that I've saved. They were very, very helpful. These are all the videos I watched, and they are created from these creators. They showed in very simple terms how to draw anatomy and how to draw bodies in general. And that video in particular went into a little bit more depth and showed a little bit of some more details, honestly, and it was also kind of interesting to see that as well. So the thing is, I have now 13 pages of notes. I will insert a recording of all of those now. And so yeah, basically there are a couple of basics. They have mainly all told you the same basics, which was kind of interesting, but everybody added a couple of details that the other one didn't. So the combination of those videos now is kind of interesting and kind of fun, and honestly I think it probably covered most questions that I had at the beginning of this journey now of learning how to draw anatomy, because someone mentioned what to consider for a difference between male and female bodies, very specific things about what shapes to use or where to use rounder shapes, where to have more straighter lines and stuff, and also proportion, oh my god. But I think that can settle in now. And it was really interesting to see also how to start with defining a bit more movement and creating movement in a body. That was really interesting as well. Just some going into more detail than others, but in the end I would say it was a very interesting journey through all of that. The last video I watched was the one from Mark Brunet, and he basically showed you how to learn anatomy in 7 days. And well, within 7 days he says you can learn anatomy, but basically it would be good to focus on one body part first, like an arm or the torso or whatever, and then use his guideline and his 7-day exercises to improve in that specific body part. The thing is, that is already a bit too far along the way. I'm not that far in, so I would say that concept is really interesting, but I'm not really able to draw a person in general. So learning anatomy and studying muscle groups and muscles and all of that per body part is already like really interesting, and I hope I keep that in mind, and I want to do that in the future. But for this particular project now in April, I basically want to learn how to draw a human body in general. So if there are specific details that I still can't figure out, or that I can't particularly draw, I think that's fine. But I want to stick to that concept, and I want to, I didn't want this to just be me watching a couple of videos and now I show you my notes and the video is done, but I want to really also learn that skill, and that's just possible by drawing and drawing and drawing all over again, which means I would like to use the concept of Mark, but I would like to simplify it a little bit. I think I want to do this in the future for the body parts when I want to improve drawing anatomy and going into more detail, but for now I think I will try to shrink that down a little, and I think I'm shrinking it to a system that has 4 to 5 days now. I wouldn't just shrink it down to less than 7 days. I would also like to not focus on a specific body part, because I'm now trying to draw bodies in general, so I would like to draw bodies. That is what I would like to do, and not just the body part right now. And I would like to use Mark's concept, but I'm going to amend it a little bit, and I would like to do the following thing. So on day 1, I'm going to draw from imagination a body in 4 to 5 angles, or maybe not just angles but like in different positions. I don't know, sitting or doing exercises, standing, jumping, whatever, we will see. Like, I'm trying to do a couple of drawings from imagination. So like, see where we are. Then I would like to start with tracing studies. So I'm going to find a couple of photos, reference photos, and I will try to trace over them and to draw the basic shapes and the outlines that I've learned now today. After that, so after having tried the basic shapes and having tried the techniques on photos, I would like to do loose sketches on day 3 from reference photos. Here I would like to do a lot of those loose sketches. I would also try 15 to 20 sketches here. So basically I would switch day 2 and 3 now. For my personal preference, I would have said that day 4 and day 5 are not that important for my specific situation. Like, if I already have reference photos, it's already fine for me to loose sketch them, and I'm already exercising drawing bodies here. And doing this from artist references is like something I can still do, but I think I will leave that out for now. And then I would do on day 4 the same exercise as in day 6 from Mark. So I would do a body part rotated and again draw it in 4 to 5 different angles, maybe using references. So here I'm trying to also again draw a couple of bodies in 4 to 5 different angles, and now I'm allowed to use references still, but as I said, I have done a lot of exercises, and then on day 4 I would really like to do more detailed drawings and not just loose sketches. And on day 5 now, which is basically day 7 in Mark's plan, I would have testing day. So I would try to redraw what I did on day 1, but without using references, and now hopefully I have improved and I will have been able to draw more realistic bodies on day 5. I will not start with day 1 today. I think I'm kinda fine with having this an input day right now. I will start with that tomorrow, and I will bring along with me for every one of these exercises, and I'm honestly very, very excited, and I hope it's going to be fun. I do believe it's going to be fun, and yeah, let's see what comes out of it, right? Hi, so it's now the next day. It's day 1 of my challenge of learning how to draw anatomy, or basically how to draw people in general. And the challenge that I gave myself for day 1 was to draw 4 to 5 angles of a person from imagination. So basically now is the before day. I should be able to draw something, or I'm drawing something now, based on what I have in my skill set. So I'm trying to draw some people, and honestly I'm a bit nervous, but today's the day where we just have a look at where my skill set is, or where I am right now. So I'm trying to find different poses. So I guess I will draw a person from the front, from the side, and from the back, and then I might try to do 1 or 2 poses and see where we're at. And I'm already sure that proportions are going to be a bit off. Honestly, I'm not really sure how much of the face I'm going to draw and stuff like that, so let's see. However, what I want to show you is I have made myself a matcha latte for this section now, and honestly, oh, look at that. Oh, let's have a little taste test, shall we? That's really good. So this is an iced matcha latte with oat milk and maple syrup. Guys, that's really good. I don't want to yap too much, but if you are someone who would like to jump into the matcha game, honestly, I'm full in already. And if you would like to be as well, and you don't know where to start because you don't really know where to order or what to do, because you have fear of it tasting really bad or it tasting really bitter or whatever, honestly, try to grab something that is definitely sweetened. So if you like, for example, lattes or latte macchiatos with some syrup in it, like caramel latte macchiatos or whatever, if you like something like that, and you like green tea, because matcha is basically green tea powder. If anyone still doesn't know in this world, then, and you are this person, hi, welcome. We also do education here, no, just kidding. But so if you like those two things, I would suggest you to try something that is sweetened. There is, for example, if you are living in Tyrol, there is a very good matcha cafe in Innsbruck, and it, for example, has a strawberry oat matcha latte, which is phenomenal. And due to the sweetness combined with the bitter notes of the green tea powder, which is obviously called matcha, honestly, that combination is really brilliant, and I would suggest you to start with that. Anything else, you can always go that road afterwards, but start with that. And I do thoroughly believe that if you try it out, and try it a couple of times, by the way, that's also a very big suggestion here, try it a couple of times. The first will probably always be a bit too bitter because you just aren't used to the flavors, but as soon as you are kinda used to the flavors, honestly, you won't go back, just as I won't go back. And I would say I will grab my tablet. I will do all of those drawings on my tablet, by the way, and I will have a look at what I can draw from imagination. right. I think day 1 completed. I won't show you via my tablet, but I think because I will insert a screenshot here of my drawings. Honestly, given the fact that, as I already said, I'm really bad at drawing people, it's kind of fun to see, yeah, I think how bad they are. But it's really fun. Like, for me, I do see what the issues are here. And I've already been thinking about that. So I've already been thinking about, okay, probably proportions, probably faces, probably hands and stuff. And yeah, I see all of that. So when you look at my drawings, I mean, to me the heads are always either too big, too broad. What is the hair doing here at the woman on the bottom right? And I don't know, it's like, I think at the one crossing his feet, I was like, you know what, hands and feet are just not my thing, so he's just gonna get those sack hands or whatever. Like, you don't even see anything from any fingers or whatever. I mean, especially the face from the side is like, what is that? I was trying to alternate a little to see, like, am I good at drawing male or female figures, or am I better at drawing male or female figures? And yeah, what about hair? I tried two different hairstyles. I also tried, yeah, clothing here and then, but not too much. Like, I mean, it's not much going on with the clothing and stuff. But yeah, you see that they are people, I would say. But that is probably it. And I do have quite a lot to learn, and I will do so. So I will continue tomorrow, and yeah, of course I will bring you along with me. So see you tomorrow, or for you, see you in a couple of seconds. Okay, it has been some time now. You might see it because I have a beard now. Life has been a bit busy, and it's now a couple of days later, and I really want to bring this video out, so I am changing my plan a little bit, and I will now condense my 5 days of trying to learn how to draw a body, and I will now do day 2, which is going to be just exercising. I'm not going to focus on one specific thing about tracing or loose sketching or whatever, but I would now grab my tablet and I will, yeah, try out to make those mannequins. I will trace a couple of things, and maybe I will find some pictures and I will try to, yeah, trace some mannequins on it, or try to loose sketch those photos and stuff like that. So I'm going to, yeah, do some exercising now and only do one more day of testing day. So I will do a couple of exercises now, and then I will try to recreate what I drew on day 1, but now with the new techniques and what I've learned so far, and hopefully we will see a bit of a development there, which is basically what I wanted to achieve in this video. It's the evening, I had a shower, I'm comfortable right now, I'm watching a bit of a let's play of the new Resident Evil Requiem, which is really fun. If you don't want to play a video game like that yourself, but you would like to experience it, I can just highly recommend you to watch some let's plays. And yeah, I'm gonna continue with the let's play, and in the meantime I will sit here and do some drawing exercises. it's 1 hour of exercising later. I think I made a bit of progress already. There is a lot of room for improvement. That's for sure. But yeah, so the method of creating those mannequins and shaping the body out of that already is something that I think improves the way that I create the human body. The proportions are definitely not good at all, but I'm getting there. I think I'm getting there. It looks more realistic now than it was before, and yeah, that bit of exercising was quite fun already. I'm still looking forward to do more exercises and yeah, to improve over time. But I think for now I've done a little bit of exercising, and we will see each other in the next section when it's testing day. Okay, today is testing day, which means I'm trying to recreate the drawings that I did from day one, but now with the techniques that I've learned. You already saw that I did a little bit of exercising, but not too much. Let's see what it has brought me and how my drawing has developed of drawing bodies. I did a little bit of exercising off camera, which I will show you now. And yeah, so in general, I would say that you see a development, but I don't think I should talk too much. We will jump right into testing day and yeah, recreate those drawings. Alright, testing day is over, and honestly I think I am quite happy with what I've created. It's almost an hour later again, and I want to be honest, it wasn't like I was trying to redraw those things from imagination. I put the initial drawings on my laptop screen and I tried to recreate those specific drawings once more. And I also had my notes open, so just in case I wanted to see where to place boxes and stuff. But all in all, I think it was quite successful. So in general, I would say proportions is still a big thing for me. Before I go into detail, I think we should compare the before and the after. And yeah, to me, I think it looks quite good. I think I'll keep the after now here. And yeah, honestly, what can I say? I think all of the drawings now all of those people have never skipped leg day, so I think all of them have very muscular legs, with very big calves and stuff, but I think that's kind of fun. As soon as you don't do this big curve but keep it rather flat, I think that would be alright. But in general, I think when you look at all of those drawings, you see that the proportions are already getting better. They are not too long or too wide at the torso. The arms are not too thick or are unproportionate, like too long or also too short. For the woman on top, she has a bit of a too small head, that's for sure. Yeah, as I said, proportions are still not 100% good, but I think, especially the poses at the end, like the one who's crossing his legs and the other one who's doing more of having this S shape in her body, they, I think, worked out quite nicely. They look a bit more realistic now than before. And yeah, in general, I see a development here. I'm not at the end of my learning curve, that's for sure, but that was not the intention of this video. I wanted to start learning how to draw bodies, I wanted to start learning how to draw anatomy, and I think this video has showed that if you look up for inspiration, if you look up for tutorials and you start doing exercises and you work on your skills, then you see some progress, and that's what I wanted to document also with this video, because there is definitely a lot to learn still, because I was starting at the correct proportions and stuff, so I'm really still very at the beginning of this anatomy journey. If you want to start drawing anatomy, or if you want to start drawing bodies as well, but you just don't know where to start, or you just don't know if you have the right skill set, maybe take this video as an inspiration and say, okay, you always start at the basics, you always start at zero, and you can always improve and work on your skills, and you are getting better and better every time you do it. And all of the artists that you see on YouTube or on Instagram or on other social media platforms, they have been drawing bodies and have been drawing anatomy for years now, so of course their drawings look way different than yours, maybe, if you are like me at the very beginning of this journey. Take this with you from this video, that it just takes time and exercising and effort, and you can get there if that is what you want. And I definitely see the development, and I'm very happy about that. With that, I would say we are at the end of this video. Thank you very much for watching. If you have come until the very end, then please comment below a pencil emoji. With that, I thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and if you would like to see more of me, my bullet journaling, art and calligraphy content, then please subscribe, and we will see each other in my next video.